What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. So today is a pretty exciting one. We are going to start with the front and we are going to remove the engine today. So this will be really exciting. I have never pulled an engine before. I have worked on a lot of them and this is a little special one. There are some things that I have not seen before, like this extra little hose right here connected to the delivery pipe. I have never seen that before, and it attaches to some connector, and the connector on the pressure pipe also looks a little bit different to the ones that I'm used to. And I have been working on a lot of 9.5s, but they have not looked exactly like this one, so I guess this is like the first year models that are a little bit unique, because I have been working on like 2002, 2003, 4 and 5 and even 2007, and they all have been like pretty much the same except for like the crankcase ventilation and the attachment to the intake pipe for the turbo. Otherwise they have been like more or less exactly the same. So we are going to start by draining out some fluids, so the engine oil, the gearbox oil and the coolant, and then we are just going to start to disassemble stuff. So let's go. So while the engine oil is emptying out, this is just water, it's not oil, but while the oil is dripping out and the coolant, you can just start by disassembling all the other stuff. That's all the way around. Cut some of these zip ties away, remove the air filter, etc. Just keeps going, and just go around the engine to remove the stuff that needs to come off, like the fuel rail, and until we get to all the engine mounts and all connectors are detached from the engine.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior.
So got a little bit carried away again and started to just undo things. But the fuse box is put to the side and a lot of things are detached, and this is one of the most annoying things on all like T7 builds. Just a bracket holding like the harness for the car, and it sits so far and it's just in the way for everything. So if you're rebuilding or modifying a 9.5, 9.3, removing this in the beginning is a must, because then you have much better access to everything and you can loosen the fuel rail. Life is so much easier without this, so bye bye. So got some more of the hoses off, the oil cooler is off. The condenser for the AC is off, and it was actually filled with the coolant or the gas. So I have re-evaluated my thoughts a little bit. I will get a new condenser, because this is just a shitty one, but since the AC seems to work, I think I will go with a new AC condenser and try to get like AC into the car, so it will be more dailyable than without it. But we will see. But in all honesty, removing all of this, especially the things that contain oil, like the servo and like the oil cooler and everything, it just takes a lot of time to drain out all the oil and try to catch it, and it's not so nice to just sit and watch. But this is how far I have come so far. Everything is like detached. So now I will remove the brackets that sit bolted into the subframe to loosen the intercooler. There is a lot more small little details that you don't know of, but now I think I have got like everything detached or off. Now it's just the engine mount for the gearbox right here, the rear engine mount that sits on the subframe above the steering rack, and then we have this engine mount right here, and then I would be able to just slide or lift the engine out together with the gearbox. And now we are going to cut this away because it's not bolted, it's like spot welded into the chassis and the frame of the car. So we will take a real thin disc and cut this off, and then we will just weld it back into place when we are done. Same goes for the crash beam. It's definitely welded to the frame, so we are going to cut that away as well, so we get a clean like working area into the engine bay. So quite some work to get here, but now we're finally here. This engine mount undone, the gearbox engine mount undone, and the rear is undone. So now I guess it's just to try to lift it and get it out. And with the 9000 engine that I bought, came with a really nice like wire with 2 hooks. Of course that wire is somewhere in here, but as usual you can't find it when you really need it. But now I will try to yank out the engine and see if the mission is completed.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I can roast, I can...
So that was quite a sweaty one, but I managed to get it out. Now we just placed it safely on the tire, and I'm going to remove the gearbox to make the engine a little bit more easy to work with. So I will disassemble the gearbox from the engine and remove the refurbished engine block so we can have the T7 or the B235R up on the engine stand. This is so nice, and here you really can see what type of issues you will run into when you make it a rear wheel drive. Yes, the steering rack is like right in the middle of everything. Would have been really nice to get it somewhere else, but we will see what the solution might be. I have seen some other people move it like in front of the engine, and we will see a little bit about the engine placement and everything as well. But you can see where this is where the gearbox shaft is right now. So imagine the upper part of the gearbox should be somewhere near that, and then the gearbox down. So you see that the steering rack is so in the way for the gearbox right now. But I knew this before I started to disassemble everything, and that is probably one of the biggest issues making it rear wheel drive, because as soon as you have cleared that issue it will be a lot easier, and there is a lot of space to play around with, I would say. Whew. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel, it means a lot to me. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.